Ever wonder why some people never seem to get ahead, no matter how hard they try? The truth is, it's not always about working harder, it's about making the right choices. Let's talk about why people stay broke and how you can break the cycle. The myth of hard work. A lot of people believe that if you just work hard enough, money will eventually come your way. You might even think, once I put in the effort, the results will follow. But that's not always the case. Sure, hard work is important, but it's not the only ingredient in the recipe for success. If you're stuck in a cycle of working long hours but not seeing any change in your bank account, it's probably because you're not working in the right direction. Hard work alone doesn't guarantee financial freedom. You need to make smart decisions, build the right habits, and sometimes take risks. I've seen people work 2 or 3 jobs, never having a moment to themselves, but still struggling to make ends meet. That's exhausting, right? It's frustrating because no matter how hard they work, the results just aren't there. The truth is, smart strategies, better financial planning, and understanding how money works are just as important as hard work. So the next time you feel like you're stuck and not getting ahead, ask yourself, am I working hard or working smart? It's time to rethink the idea that hard work alone will bring you the life you want. The mindset shift. If you've been feeling stuck, it might not be about what you're doing, it could be about how you're thinking. Our mindset plays a huge role in shaping our financial reality. If you're always thinking negatively, doubting your ability to make money, or assuming things will never change, then they won't. Changing your mindset is the first step toward breaking free from financial struggles. You need to start thinking about opportunities instead of obstacles, about growth instead of limitations. This shift isn't easy, but it's necessary. Think about it. If you're always stuck in a victim mindset, blaming everything from the economy to bad luck, then it's hard to see any path forward. But if you start to view challenges as opportunities to learn or grow, things start to look different. Suddenly, instead of feeling helpless, you begin to feel empowered. I used to struggle with this mindset myself. I thought the way I was living was just the way it had to be. But when I changed my perspective and stopped seeing money as a distant dream, I started making smarter decisions. The right mindset can change everything. It's time to change yours. The power of financial literacy. Financial literacy isn't something that comes naturally to most people. In fact, many of us never really learned how to manage, save, or invest our money effectively. The result? People stay broke because they don't understand how to make their money work for them. When I first started learning about finances, it was like opening a whole new world. I realized that the key to getting ahead wasn't working harder or longer hours. It was about understanding how money flows, how to budget, and how to invest wisely. The more I learned, the more control I felt over my financial situation. Financial literacy doesn't just mean knowing how to balance a checkbook. It's understanding things like debt management, saving strategies, investing, and even taxes. These are skills that are essential if you want to break the cycle of being broke. And the good news is, you don't have to be a financial expert to start making smarter choices. If you're not actively learning how to manage your money, you're missing out on the power to change your life. Start small. Read a book, take a course, or ask questions. The more you know, the more financial freedom you'll have. The trap of instant gratification. We live in a world that thrives on instant gratification. From fast food to next-day delivery, it's easy to fall into the trap of wanting things now. But when it comes to finances, this need for instant rewards can keep you stuck. If you're constantly spending money on things you don't need or splurging on temporary pleasures, you'll never get ahead. Buying the latest phone or indulging in unnecessary purchases may feel good at the moment, but in the long run, it only leaves you further from your financial goals. I've done it myself. I've bought things because they gave me a momentary high, only to regret it later when I realized that money could have been invested or saved for something bigger. Delaying gratification is a skill, and it's one of the most important ones for achieving financial success. Next time you're tempted to buy something you don't really need, pause and think about the long-term benefits of saving that money instead. You don't have to give up everything, but the ability to delay instant gratification could be the key to a more secure future. Building financial independence. True financial independence doesn't come from relying on a paycheck alone. It comes from creating multiple streams of income, building assets, and learning to leverage what you have to grow your wealth. Many people stay broke because they depend entirely on one income source, usually from a job that limits their potential. But there's a whole world of opportunities out there. Whether it's starting a side hustle, investing in real estate, or even learning how to trade stocks, there are countless ways to start building wealth outside of your regular job. I've known people who've turned their side hustles into full-time businesses, people who've invested smartly and seen their money grow. It's possible, but it requires effort and patience. Building financial independence is a long-term game, and you have to be strategic about where you put your money. The great thing is that you don't have to be an expert to start. Just take that first step, whether it's saving a little more, starting a side job, or learning about investments. Over time, these small actions can add up to financial freedom. The importance of consistency. Consistency is the unsung hero of financial success. It's not about doing something big and dramatic. It's about making the right choices day in and day out. Staying broke often comes from a lack of discipline and consistency in managing money. I've seen people start strong, setting goals, planning their finances, only to get distracted or discouraged after a few weeks. Financial success doesn't happen overnight. It's about showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it. For example, if you set a goal to save $100 every month, and you do that consistently for a year, that's $1,200. Over time, these small, consistent actions create bigger results. It's the same with budgeting, paying off debt, or investing. Keep doing the right thing, even when it feels hard or slow. Eventually, it adds up. Consistency is the difference between those who break free from financial struggles and those who stay stuck. The more consistent you are with your financial habits, the easier it will become to reach your goals. Stay steady, and the results will follow. The role of sacrifice. One of the hardest things about getting out of the cycle of being broke is realizing that sacrifice is part of the process. It's not about giving up everything you enjoy, but it is about making smart choices that prioritize your long-term goals over short-term pleasures. At some point, you might have to say no to spending on things you love, like eating out, going on vacations, or buying the latest gadgets. I get it, it's tough. But when you start focusing on your bigger picture, it becomes easier to make those sacrifices. Every dollar you save or invest now is one step closer to financial freedom. There's a saying that goes, you have to give up something to get something. Sacrifice doesn't mean you'll never enjoy life, it means you're choosing to put your money towards something that's more important in the long run. Think about the freedom that comes with being debt-free or having enough savings for an emergency. That's worth a few sacrifices now. When you make the hard choices, you'll see how those sacrifices pay off in the future. Start small. Skip a few small pleasures today for a better tomorrow. Over time, these sacrifices will lead to freedom, and you'll wonder why you ever hesitated. Building habits that last. Getting out of debt or reaching financial freedom isn't about a one-time effort. It's about creating lasting habits that set you up for success. The truth is, people who stay broke often have habits that keep them in that situation. Changing those habits is key to breaking free. I've learned that it's all about making small, consistent changes that become part of your daily routine. Start with simple habits, tracking your spending, saving a percentage of your income, or reading about finances every week. These might seem like tiny steps, but they make a big difference over time. Instead of looking for quick fixes or magical solutions, focus on building habits that will serve you in the long run. The most successful people didn't get where they are by making one big decision. They got there by making the right choices every single day. So look at your current habits and ask yourself, what's helping me and what's holding me back? Start small, change a little at a time, and build a foundation of habits that will keep you on track toward financial freedom. Taking control of your future. Staying broke isn't a permanent situation. It's a result of choices and mindsets that can be changed. The key is realizing you have control over your financial future. Start by changing your mindset, building smart habits, and making better financial decisions. It won't be easy, but with consistent effort, you can break free from the cycle. So, what's one small change you can make today to start your journey toward financial freedom? The power is in your hands. Take that first step. Take a moment and think. What's one small change you can make today that will set you on the path to a better financial future? Start there and keep moving forward, one step at a time.